Hey everybody, welcome. Today is the 21st day of January 2018, and it's a Sunday, and I'm going to go off and run a couple of errands. Had a nice morning. My wife and I had breakfast together over at the Corner Bakery, one of our places that we go to sometimes, not our favorite necessarily, but convenient, because we wanted to go to Target afterwards to finish up our weekend shopping. After that, Yumiko and I have our various things. All three of us, actually, Yumiko, Emily, and I all have things that we're doing separately. Emily's got a lunch date with her friends. Yumiko's doing her shopping, and I am going shopping, getting ready for an adventure beginning this week. This will be my first adventure in quite a number since December 1st, actually. Going out to the desert, and let's just get up. I have to bring up ways right now. Going out to the Deepwater Wilderness. And trying to screw up the courage to make a deep dive. Hold on, let me plug this in. I'm taking you along with me to Sammy's camera in Santa Ana, 8.4 miles. Just plug that in real quick. And then we are on our way. I think I've got the mic in a good position. Curious, it wants me to go right, but we'll follow it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're heading up to Sammy's camera because the mic situation I've got right now here on the helmet cam is such that I'm actually borrowing the dead cat from the really good quality microphone that I use with my big Canon, the big camera that I use on the adventures. And if I'm going to be, that's fine as long as I'm not on an adventure. But if I'm going out to the desert, I'll need that mic and the dead cat. Lots of wind out in the desert. So I'm going up to Sammy's to see if I can get a replacement. So another one that I can then use to replace what I've got on them that you're hearing me speak through right now. I called ahead, and they do, but they don't have any I'd like to get like a lapel type of microphone cover, although that may not be big enough. But they don't have anything like that. They're fresh out of stock. So they have some shotgun style, sorry for speaking loud, shotgun style microphone covers, which is similar to what I've got right now, and that's fine. I can probably use that and then just cut off the excess. Then I won't be breathing in all these, all this dead cat fur, or as my wife likes to say, dead rat. So we'll just head up here. We're going through South Irvine right now, passing by the Village apartment complex right here. And let's swing in real quick and let's just do a quick tour through their little, not a tour, but we're going to just swing through their little area right there. Well, maybe not. Look at all those cars. Instead, we'll change our mind on that. They've got a little, like a courtyard area there that's pretty neat to look at. Save that for another day. We almost chose to live there, but that's more of, we like the style of Center Point where we live. So now just another right there, there's the on-ramp to the 5 northbound, and we'll take that for, let's see what the computer says, just a second here. Okay, computer says 12 minutes, 9.8 miles. That'll take us up to Santa Ana. There we go. So I'm trying something new out. Wow, the wind, a lot of wind right now. Wonder why there's so much. Is there really, in fact, that much wind? Doesn't feel like it, but it does feel like that. So anyway, wow, that guy's bumper's coming off the side of his car. So anyway, trying something new out here, the way I'm kind of stitching clips together. Go out for a ride in a segment, videotape that, and then when I get back, then go do something else and videotape that, and when I get back, stitch it all together into one long Let's Ride video. I did that coming home from work on Friday, and I was actually happy with the results. It was long. Definitely more, it wasn't action-packed by any stretch of the imagination, but if it's just kind of a vlogging stream of consciousness, I think it was okay. And personally, it helped me to get some ideas out. So I'm looking at the windsock over there at this building, which is Kaiser Permanente's medical plaza. And that thing is standing up. That looks like there is indeed some wind. Unless it's always erect like that. No, it's turning around all over the place. I think I am doing some wind right here. This is a nursery over here to the right. And see they have dinosaurs? It's like a wholesale growing area under the power lines and next to the freeway. Land which, otherwise doesn't have any good use, has been put to good use by the Moon Valley Nursery. And you can actually go in there and buy stuff as well, but a lot of those are like commercial-sized trees that they'll use for probably their big customers, the Irvine Company. And there's the bike path. You can see bicycles right there. There's another Tyrannosaurus. Moon Valley Nurseries. You buy it, we plant it. Now we're coming up on Culver, which is Culver and Jamboree. After that are the edge of the, I guess that would be the northern edge of Irvine. Oh, I know why it feels so different, because I didn't put my earplugs in. That's the reason. Yeah, it's because it sounds so loud. My earplugs are sitting in my lap. I haven't quite found my routine yet. Holy Christmas! That's amazing that this microphone is able to cut out that much noise. And I apologize if I'm yelling into the mic, because I'm compensating for all the ambient sound. It's incredibly loud. Yet it seems like in the mic most of this ambient noise was cut out. At least in the previous videos. Oh, that tree limb has fallen. Excuse me. Now we're coming up here on between Culver and Jamboree. It kind of gets a little interesting off to the side. We're going to be passing through the kind of the central business district of and I don't know where the border between Irvine and Newport Beach and Tustin is. I think it kind of is amidst all of this. But these big buildings up here, they have area headquarters for companies like Google and Microsoft, MetLife, and others, of course. The big white buildings to the right there, one of those actually is the Microsoft, where Microsoft has its, I guess it would be the Orange County headquarters. Let's get over into the lane. And then over here to the left, Google is over there to the left as well, and others. This is Park Place. This is one of the apartment complexes we considered moving to. I wave to that guy. That one right there. Pardon my sneeze. We found it to be a little bit too noisy right there next to the freeway. There's Western Digital over there. And now after MacArthur, we're going to pass the John Wayne Airport, where if we're lucky sometimes we can see big planes coming through right over the freeway. Right over here, I think that's Irvine's very first skyscraper right there. I mean, Irvine Company's tower for living. That's their first tower style apartment homes or condos or whatever. And I think those are for purchase, not for rental. Yeah, the Irvine Towers, there you go. Oh, nice car. That's a Corvair right there, I think. Awesome. You can never tell if those things are coming or going. They look the same both ways. And here we are at the John Wayne Airport. Up here again, if we got off to the right, the airplanes would fly right over our heads, just past this bridge. And then after that is what's called the Orange Crush, which is a major interchange of streets. And we're going to get off the freeway right after that. So 55 freeway to get on the right side of this line, to the right of me, we would take us to the 55 north and south. And then the Orange Crush up here. Now if I stand up, we might be able to see some airplanes over there. Any planes coming? No planes coming. And that's the John Wayne Airport. That's where Harrison Ford had his little snafu last year. You know, the old pilot of the Millennium Falcon was bringing his little yellow private plane in. Yeah, I got some of this dead fat in my mouth. He was bringing his little private plane in right there, and he mistakenly, this is Harrison Ford, the movie star, he mistakenly landed it on the taxiway rather than the runway. And he was complaining, apparently, while he was landing about how narrow the runway was. In fact, he wasn't even on the runway. Can you imagine that? With commercial jets, you know, waiting in line to go. So we're going to turn right here. That's where we get off. Imagine that. So there was some saying that he may lose his commercial aviator. It's not his commercial, his private aviator's license over that one. I guess he's in his 70s now. Not to impugn anybody in their 70s, but if the way I'm aging has any play on it, there's no way that anybody should let me behind the wheel, you know, the controls of an airplane in my 70s. I won't be able to deal with that. I'm fading way too fast. And here we go. Now we're getting off. Now I think we are. Is this Santa Ana? It might be. Now let's take a right here. That's kind of, there's some like little complexes here. Oh, the Jersey Boys. I see the Jersey Boys truck over there. Isn't that like a Subway, like a sandwich place, like Subway? I think so. I was mistaken. I was thinking for a second that the Jersey Boys were some like country western trio. No. Playing at the Santa Ana Center, the Jersey Boys. I only have subs for you. Now, I don't remember ever getting to Sammy's camera via this route. But I guess, I get to see it. It's going to take me up here and then get on MacArthur. You guys can't see it, but I've got a little, right down here, I got the little navigation device going on. Guides me around. Here we go. Here's, nope, we can't make that. Here's Sunflower. Okay. Avenue of the Arts, apartment homes. Huh. I wonder if we should look into that place. Because Emily is going to graduate. We just signed a lease, 18-month lease for the place that we're in right now. That's going to take us right up to August 2018. Emily will be 2 months out of high school by then, and a month away from starting college. And she says she wants to go to junior college in this area. So that means that we're going to live somewhere around here, but we don't have to stay within the high school district that she's in right now. We can live anywhere at all, because Emily will be an adult going to college. We can do anything. And so we're starting to look at other places, and living here would be actually really good for both Yumiko and I for our commutes. We'll cut off what you just saw for Yumiko, and roughly the same for me. Get us both home earlier every day and night, and get us to work with less time on the road. Not that that's a problem for me. Honestly, the high point of my day is my commute. I just absolutely adore riding every minute that I spend on the back of this bike, this big motorcycle. And adding another 15 or 20 minutes each way to my commute nothing could make me happier. The same was true when I was living in Japan, and I would get so much out of my time commuting back and forth. Where's this? Get so much out of my time commuting back and forth with on foot between the school that I worked at and home, which was about 30 minutes each way, 25 minutes, 30 minutes each way. Now it's about an hour each way, 50 minutes maybe on a good day. And I use that time to, on the going to work, I use that time to recite my good life meditation, which takes 10, 15 minutes, or the whole entire commute if I really get carried away and get into it. And then I also use that time to listen to music, catch up on my favorite podcasts, just enjoy the ride, because nothing's more fun than sitting behind the steering wheel of this, or the handlebars of this big old thing. And also all of that. So, but mainly it'd be nice to shorten my wife's commute, because that's a killer for her. In being stuck in a cage, the car, as we call them. So we're gonna start. Maybe we'll move over to this area. It may not be as as nice as where we live now. Condominium homes. That looks pretty good. Because, Irvine Company, it's pretty hard to beat Irvine Company for quality and amenities. There we go. So Sammy's cam is right in here. Yumiko and I come here just about every 2 weeks because they have Trader Joe's right over here. And when we came to America, we specifically sought out a community that had a Japanese market, but little did we know that moving to Orange County, there are multiple Japanese markets. In fact, there's 3 that we go to regularly. And Yumiko there's Trader Joe's, we come here, like I said. And Yumiko has found that some of the markets have, better quality stuff than others, just like any market would. So when she wants to buy, fresh meat and stuff like that, she wants to come to a place called Tokyo Central, which is down this street over here. This is Bristol over here, down Bristol. And then when she wants to come there, then we'd go to Trader Joe's up here. If she wants to get vegetables, or more important, she'll go to Mitsuwa, near closer to where we live in Irvine. So our day, our Saturdays are very busy. We spend Saturdays. I clean the house. I'm fully responsible for all the cleaning of the house. So we get up in the morning, we have our breakfast together, and I get started cleaning the house. Yumiko does all of the laundry, and we then go out and do our shopping. And here is Sammy's camera. And just got a parking spot liberated right here, right over there. Okay, so and then we get all that stuff done, and then we so Saturday's busy, and then on Sunday we're free, and we go out to breakfast and we see a movie and do whatever. But today I had a couple of other things. All of us had things to do, so we're kind of that's the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll stop the camera. Let me just go ahead and lock this in here, because I do have. Let me grab my camera out of here. You know what? Actually, that's the wrong side. This is the. I don't think I need that. Or maybe I should. Let's just bring it. So down here, here's the pannier, my camera gear. Here's my glide cam, steady cam. You can see that I've got the bike. It's January. That means it. Whoa. It's January. That means it's. Oops. I hope I didn't just break that. I probably did. Let's take a look. Got stuff falling all over the place. It's January. That means it's almost beach season. So I got the fins back on and the mask and the snorkel. Let's see. No, looks like it's good. I didn't break it. Survived. Whatever. I don't know what it was that was making that. What just made that god awful noise right there. But it wasn't the. It wasn't my GoPro rig. So this is my GoPro. This is what I use for the underwater housing. So when I take my GoPro underwater, it's in good shape, because I have. There we go. Let's put that on there. Wait, where's the other cable? Should have 2, 1. And okay. I have to find it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video while I hunt that. Oh, there it is. It's on the ground. Okay. Take care. I think it sounds like it's just stopped on its own. Okay, so here we are back on the bike. I've got the, I'm recording with the new dead cat for the very first time. And I need to give this thing a haircut around the mouth because it's coming right into my mouth. So until then, I'll have to let it sit out a little bit, and hopefully the quality is good. We'll just have to hope. And now we're going over to, oh, and I forgot to put my phone on. Hold on just a moment. Now we're going to go to REI. I know how to get there, but I like to run with the navigation anyway. If you got it, use it. Also, the navigation sometimes knows smarter ways to get places than I do. And or it knows about traffic that I don't know about. So that's a bit of technology understanding that I gained from my time as a Lyft and DoorDash driver, when time after time the application would route me around places. REI in El Camino Real Tustin. There we go. So the guy that was helping me out in there, turns out he's another BMW rider. And not just a BMW rider, he's another BMW rider just like mine. Actually, the newer version of it, though. R1200 GSA. And I've seen his bike before. Parked out here in the parking lot. There's a street side vendor right there. Oh, actually wants me to go right here. See, I would not have done that in the past. Oh, I see. No, now I'm all screwed up. That's because I'm not following the directions correctly. So, well, see, it rerouted me another way. So I need to get home and give this microphone dead cat a nice haircut on the inside part so that it won't be right against my mouth. About $25 for the this new dead cat. And with a little luck, my Motovlogging kit is now complete. And what I liked about it was that it fit really well over the very end. The whole jerry-rigged section of the microphone. It fit really nicely over that, without even needing to secure it. But if it works, I'm going to secure it with a tie. I can get all this stuff done in time to get home and have lunch with my wife. That's a nice looking truck right there. Wow. Golden Retriever time. Oh, there goes some fire trucks out of the firehouse. Those guys were really helpful. It was one of those examples of going to the right place to get the right help. And I did that deliberately. I was looking on Amazon at dead cat solutions, and there were lots of them. And I saw one that I could have picked out, and then I thought, maybe I'll just go down to Sammy's and see what they got. They probably won't have as good a selection, but maybe they'll have something I can actually try it on the spot. And sure enough, they were opening up packages, letting me try different things out, giving me advice, telling me suggestions. They even gave me some good suggestions for my my Rode lapel mic, that I might be able to make good use of. It really helps to go to the right place. I found the same is true, of course, with hardware stores. I've been going since I came back to America. I've been going to places like Home Depot and place like that, these giant warehouse hardware stores, but found that the help isn't always as knowledgeable as I like. And then I found, and I keep struggling now to remember the name of it, there's a smaller brand hardware store, almost like an Ace type of a hardware store, but it's not Ace. Struggling to remember what it's called, near my house, that has somehow managed to populate their store with, I sound like I'm stepping over the line into political, in being politically incorrect, but a bunch of old handy guys. You know the type, grandpas that have been around the block a time or two with regard to gadgets and tools. They know their stuff. They know the difference between a gaffer's tape and duct tape, and left threaded nuts versus a wing nut. And you go in, and they even got a section in there called if you look up at the signs, it tells you cleaning supplies, hardware, whatever the case may be. They've got one section that's got the title under thingamajigs, and they've got a guy in there usually who's waiting, and he's there you've got this thing you need to replace, and you can walk in and say, well, I need one of these thingamajigs, and they'll tell you what it is and find one for you. This is full of this dead cat in my mouth is gonna drive me nuts until I can give it a haircut. And hopefully it won't blow off because I haven't secured it yet. Oh, there goes an airplane. Remember we were talking about the John Wayne Airport earlier? There's a big old, I think that's a Southwest Airlines flight right there coming in. Wanted to mention, and hopefully it'll come across, audio will come across okay. Thank a viewer who contacted me, gave me some really great feedback regarding the book Going Alone. And the feedback was basically telling me that, well, he didn't say it in these so many words, but it's what meant to me. It was that the book had found its mark. I like to say that the book doesn't have a large audience. I didn't write that book for everybody. The book is specifically for people who, for whatever reason, biology or nature or nurture, tend to kind of see the world in a certain way, with a kind of critical eye, and are not willing to just accept patent answers, and have sensed that there's something deep emptiness and lacking in the universe. There's that big old. There's another airplane coming in. Looks like it's going to land right on the freeway. And I got an email from a viewer who ordered the book and read it, and the response that they gave me indicated to me that the book had hit its mark. That was exactly the audience that he is a member of the audience that I was targeting, and he I don't want to say got it, but he understood what I was talking about in the book with the great indifference and the going alone stuff. That's another Southwest Airlines, I think, isn't it? Yeah. And keep your eyes on the freeway, Kurt. Idiot. And made the book all the worthwhile just getting that one email. So thank you very much for writing for me. And it was funny because or not funny, but it was, to me it was almost tragic because he prefaced the email with his hesitancy to write to me, and I was like I want to say, wow, no, write to me, please, let me know, please. I've had several really helpful correspondence so far. Everything from people giving me some really good constructive criticism about the overall direction that I'm taking the channel, to I got some great feedback from an editor who gave me some great editorial advice about how to improve the book. Now I'm getting feedback from actual people to whom the message within the book, they had something to say about that. This is all good stuff. If anybody's out there and you'd like to contact me, please do. My email's in the video description. It's dinnerattheriver@gmail.com, or just softypapa@gmail.com. Both of those email addresses filter into the same place. And I've cleaned up my mail filter in such a way that it no longer, so I've really cleaned up my junk, because for the longest time for the longest time, my email has just been saturated with junk email, which I have been able to unable to wade through. And nice email from people, or important email, whether it's nice or not, whether they have something good or bad to say, I want to get it all, has been lost in that. So we're about to make a change in freeways up here. We're on the 55 northbound. Now we're going to get on the 5 south, which is a little confusing because at first glance you'd think that would be the one on the far right, but it's the one on the left. So I want to stay over here, not over there, otherwise we'll be on our way to Disneyland. As nice as Disneyland is, it's not where I'm headed today. So we'll get up here. There we go. I think I can let go of this boom mic. I don't think it's going to blow away. There we go. See, to the right, that takes us to north to Santa Ana, back to Santa Ana. And if we stay straight, then that'll take us to 5 south to San Diego. And we're only going to go a mile or two to get off on, I believe it's Tustin Ranch Road, or maybe it's Jamboree. No, not Jamboree. Maybe Tustin Ranch Road, something like that, where REI is. I don't know, take a look at some boots. Maybe even get myself a pair of boots. I should. My wife told me I should. Going out the door, she said, go get yourself a pair of boots. I'm really lucky to have Yumiko. She understands this going alone thing and has encouraged me in it for decades, and also has been very patient with me while I work out the challenges related to being who I am, and to encourage me to go out into the wilderness and to understand that is a very special thing. Okay, yeah, I think Tustin Ranch Road is where we want to get off. Not this segment, the next one after that. Doing 6th gear, 65 miles an hour now. Hopefully the audio quality is good. If the quality is good, I'm going to be really hesitant to give this thing a haircut. I hate to ruin it. Ruin a good thing, but I can't be talking and getting a mouthful of fuzz every time. Wow, that's big old thing. No, not Tustin Ranch Road. It is Jamboree. The next one after that. Tustin Ranch Road is where we'd go if we. Oh, let's go ahead and take that. That'll get us into. That's where we go if we want to go to the Toyota dealership. But that can also get us by more of a roundabout way to REI. Go over a lane, and we'll be off the darn freeway. Do you think I can make it before it turns? No, I can't. Handful of brake. Yeah, this thing is fuzzy. It's tickling my nose. So, just to finish off, I want to thank that young man who contacted me. It meant a lot to me. So Tustin and Irvine were famous for citrus growing. Lots of old orange orchards around here back in the day. No more of that. All they grow now is lots of single-family homes up in this area. Let's touch the Toyota, which I need to take Yumiko's car in for service soon. And I will. And there's El Camino Real. Make a right turn there. And that should take us right over to the shopping area where our REI is. And the shopping area is called the Marketplace. It's a huge, enormous shopping area. Imagine a shopping mall where instead of walking down the aisles between the stores, you have to drive. It's an automobile-sized shopping mall. And there's Costco. And just up here, and then to the right should be REI. Interesting, a group of kids down there in the river bottom. I don't know what they're up to down there. Do I want to turn here? Yeah, this will work. REI is just around to the end here. Speaking of Home Depots, as I was earlier, there's one right there. Ever have those moments you kind of just wish you'd done it differently? I should have stopped for that woman. I didn't see her till it was too late. She was coming off the side of that car. Note to self: drive slower in the parking lot, be more attentive to pedestrian traffic, and yield to the right of way. Pin that in my consciousness. And after here, just past Total Wine, is REI. Speaking of my tribe, a lot of my tribe tend to come to way here. Oh, there's a nice Tesla Model X right there. Love that white color. Very, very nice. There's REI right there. Oh, what do you know? Got lucky with the parking spots. Almost the best parking spot. Second to best. Oh, and there's a Best Buy. I need to go in there to get some more headphones. I'll do that right now too. Just take care of all that stuff. Well, hopefully the audio quality was good. Otherwise I'll have to switch back to the other mic. Thanks for joining me. GoPro off. GoPro turn off. GoPro, stop recording. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, so I went in and I found the shoes that I want. I'll show you a picture of my shoes that I've got currently. Really, really worn out. They're by a brand named, I think it's Vask or something like that. Really good shoes. About $130 for those boots. But they've got a new model, the Monolith, which is a lighter weight shoe, and I'm going to do that. But the salesman reminded me that the REI, which is a member, a co-op, I'm a member. They're having their dividends. They're giving out their dividends and their big 30% discount in March. So I'm going to wait. And I bought a lot last year, so I'm going to wait for my dividends to come in. I might be able to get those things for free, because I don't have anything else to purchase. So I'll hold off. So I'm trying to make do with these things right here. That blowout for another couple of months. Hopefully, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to buy a roll of, I'm bringing a roll of duct tape with me to the desert. If it blows out in the desert, I'll just duct tape myself up. Now I'm going to go in and get my headphones. Okay, I got the Skull Candy earbuds that I always get, and as usual, I always get two because I always go through these so quickly. Just in and out all the time, you know, tying it onto the bike right here. Just, I mean, I wear through these, you know, maybe one every 3 weeks or so. It's amazing how quickly they go. So that's it. Let's go ahead and get back on the bike and head on home. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm all done at Best Buy and REI. Now it's time to fire up the GS. Well, it's already fired up, and head on home. Lunch with my wife. Daughter's out having lunch with her pals. Okay, got the Skull Candies. Almost bought the boots, but decided in the end that a roll of duct tape was a cheaper alternative at this point. What is in the back of that truck? The OC isn't a very, well, all kinds of new furniture. The OC isn't kind of such a truck place like the Inland Empire is. Oh, I like that Mercedes van over there. Not because it's a Mercedes, but I like the look of it. So we're in the marketplace right now. Just going to leave it in just a second. Huge, giant shopping center. Really pretty at night. Is there anything else I need to get? Oh, I forgot to get... Look at the line for In-N-Out. I forgot to get the food that I needed at REI. I needed some rations. I'll get that after work this week. Knew I was forgetting something. I don't like to split when it turns green. Boy, I hope the audio is okay with this. It'd be awesome if it sounds good. Especially like if I don't have to give it a haircut, that would be really good. I always get fooled into thinking there's 2 lanes here, and there are! What do you know? So we can kind of slip up through this second lane here. Look up there, there's the marketplace. Big street, open mall. Okay, well, boy, I can't imagine that the audio is any good right now. We're moving in closer. And I'm a little worried about losing this dead cat if the wind picks up. Oh, I forgot to close my hatch here. Dummy. Now I gotta go hands-free. I walk into the cruise control, and I need to zip up my saddlebag, my tank bag, which I forgot to close. So I'm riding no hands right now. There we go, I got it zipped up. Okay, now I've got the mic in pretty good position. Can't wait to hear how the audio is right now. Doing 70 miles an hour, getting a little bit of a mouthful of this, you know, dead cat fuzz. Definitely need to give it a haircut. 6th gear, 72. Only a few miles to go to take us home. Hey, what do you guys think if you catch on this far? You're still with me. What do you think about having the reverse camera? Is that an annoying thing, or do you like being able to look backwards? I had a suggestion to take it out and to just use the reverse camera if something interesting happens. But I'd never do that. I'd never remember if anything interesting happened. So it's pretty much all or nothing. Another couple off ramps and we'll be off. You know what? I might take the left off ramp this time. Let's get over to the left. We'll get in the carpool lane. So now we're doing 80 miles an hour, full on freeway speeds. A couple bikers right there. I think that guy gave me a wave. Doing 78 right now. Talking, mic's a pretty good distance away from the mouth when you get a little closer. Now the mic's in pretty close. Too close probably. How's that? That's probably better. If I'm talking, if it sounds like I'm doing blah, 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 it's because I am. I'm just trying to talk as I've got my hand on the mic, adjusting the mic into different positions, trying to find that optimal point. I've got it kind of twisted down a little bit. The microphone should be right in front of my mouth right now. Now, right in front of my mouth. And I've got a face full of fuzzy stuff. But I imagine that if this thing's going to do its job, now's the time that it would do it. And I'm pulling my hand away. This is what it would be like if I don't cut the mic. Doing this 78 miles an hour. This is faster than I normally do in the freeway. Now we're about to get off the freeway. The only problem now is that I'm getting a mouthful of cat hair, so to speak. Still doing 75. Easing off the throttle right now. Pulling the clutch. Now I'm just cruising. Sliding in. Getting the gear down. Fifth. Fourth. Third. Second. And first and full stop. Couple cars over there. Mic is right in my mouth. Can't be good. There you go. Pull it away a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to continue to work on finding my best solution for this stuff, but still have some work to do, clearly. Hey, look at that. I'm at 96,000 miles exactly on the odometer. 90? Oh, I'm going to call this video the 96,000 mile ride. Look at that right there. I can't be doing that. I have to turn my head down and look straight at the gas tank to pull that off. Which means, of course, that I'm not looking at the road. But look right there. 96,000 miles. That's kind of cool. Another 4,000 miles, and I'll be taking it into for the big service. New tires, full valve adjustment, everything. And here we are home. Here we are, coming into the cage. Got that off. Let's get the key. So I have to undo myself from the my connection to the bike with the my phone. Open up the cage. See, swing the door open. make you sick if I'm throwing my head around like this. Reattach the key. Kickstand up. GSA is moving. Get position and then back in to our number 10 parking spot. I think I'm number 10. Here we go. Let's get the bike up on the center stand. What's that wire doing way down there? What you doing down there? You don't belong there. I'll take care of that. Cinch that wire in there. That's not good. Okay, so the GSA is now parked. Get off the gloves. We are done. So that's it. There's the 96,000 mile ride. Let's go ahead and take a photo of that. Like that. Like that. Straight on. There we go. That's a good one right there. I like that. Okay. Bike off. Okay, and pull this off. Thanks for joining me on another ride. GoPro, turn off. GoPro, video stop. GoPro, stop recording.